repercussions on wider perspective. समझ में आया? मतलब फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर जैसे हम विशाखा गाइडलाइंस वाला केस की बात कर रहे थे, है ना? सो इन दैट केस था तो वो एक इंडिविजुअल का केस, समझ में आया? लेकिन वो इंडिविजुअल का केस का रिपरकेशन पूरा एक विमेन का वर्क प्लेस पे जो सेक्सुअल हैरेसमेंट होता है उस चीज को एड्रेस कर रहा था. Am I making sense?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
So the interest has to be larger in area. A case can be a specific individual also.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Harshvardhan, you have raised your hand. You have any doubt?
Good evening, ma'am. This is my first class. So can you give me a short summary of whatever happened? What is now happening in the class, on what topic you are?
Okay. All right. So this is your first class. So welcome. First of all, if I have to talk about, we have discussed about, like in polity, we have started from preamble. Okay. I haven't taken the first two classes because those were covered by another teacher. So we have covered preamble. Then we presently we are talking about salient features. In that, we have also discussed about DPSPs, fundamental duties, all these things we have discussed, right? So now today we will be completing fundamental duties, and then we will be moving over to emergency provisions. So when we are discussing the salient features, these are actually the subtopics in salient features. That's why we are covering them. Just instead of covering one topic at all, we are covering the entire chapter, or you can say means we are not discussing it briefly in the salient features. We are covering the entire topic as such. Okay. So I request you to go through the previous classes. Otherwise, it would be difficult for you to, touch upon few things which we have already discussed. But yes, you are welcome to go through those things and ask me if you have any doubt. Okay.
That means we are following M. Lakshmikant.
Sorry.
When we are following M. Lakshmikant now.
Yeah. Because you say M. Lakshmikant, or for that matter, Constitution, because this is the series of the Constitution, how the Constitution will unfold itself. Okay. And it's not like that I am actually following Lakshmikant as such, because you can see that in Lakshmikant, emergency provisions are much later on. Okay, but that's not how I am going. It's depending upon what students are comfortable and I am comfortable with. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, Nagma, you want to ask something?
Sorry, ma'am?
You want to say something?
No, ma'am.
All right.
Okay.
So, any other doubts from last class?
No, ma'am.
Have you covered fundamental rights?
No, I haven't covered fundamental rights because that is very vast. So, I wanted a little bit base before discussing fundamental rights.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else, guys? Nothing? Then I think we shall move to today's session. Okay. I'm sharing the screen for you all. Aditya, can you please enable, screen sharing? Post.
One second, ma'am. I'll be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's done, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So this is about the fundamental duties. We were discussing about fundamental duties. Just a brief, a revision for you to remember all the important points. I keep on revising these things so that these things gets registered in your mind. Okay. I told you that this were like you can say these were not there in the original constitution, but they were added on later, and that was 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976. Okay, and entire a new part was inserted, and that was part 4A, right? And in this part 4A, there is just one article, that is Article 51A, right? And in this, you have 11 fundamental duties. And I told you, with 42nd Constitutional Amendment, only 10 were added, right? These were from 42nd. But later on, another one was added with 86th Constitutional Amendment Act, right? Then we also discussed that these were, inserted on the basis of recommendation of Swaran Singh Committee. Yeah. And I told you that these are inspired from USSR Constitution, right? But yes, they also, we discussed that they are non-justiciable in nature. And we also discussed that they are enforceable only with parliamentary laws. Okay, so these are the major highlights which we have discussed about these things. Okay, then we also discussed what are these, like if you guys remember, these are the fundamental duties which we discussed. That I think you can go through this, because if I keep repeating, then it will consume time and I need to go. But if you have any doubts about these, so you can ask me. Okay, so today we are going to start from the significance of fundamental duties, because we left here only, right? So we discussed all the fundamental duties till the list so far. So this is the one which was added with the 86th Constitutional Amendment Act, which talks about, providing education to your children, right? And I told you that this has actually been enforced with the help of right to education. अगर आप लोगों को याद हो, है ना? So क्योंकि हमने उसमें तो ये प्रोविजन बना ही दिया है that you have a right to education for 6 to 14 years, है ना? And that too free. Okay, now coming to significance of the fundamental duties. So I was telling you कि जो ये entire concept of fundamental duties का, that arose during the period of emergency, right? So emergency में government realized कि okay, citizens are only asking about and talking about their rights, but they don't want to give back anything to their society, and they are not contributing in any manner towards their country. Okay, this is what the government thought. Okay, so now it's time to enforce some duties also. But I told you, in USSR, or for that matter in any communist regime, fundamental rights are placed at equal platform of fundamental duties. But in India's case, it's not the case, right? Fundamental rights are far above as compared to, fundamental duties, है ना? क्योंकि यहाँ पे they are justiciable, enforceable, everything is there, but you don't have any such provision for fundamental duties. But in fact, fundamental rights are one such provision where you have the writ petition, right? So Article 32 है आपके पास, है ना? Article 226 है High Court के पास. So you have the entire writ jurisdiction to ensure कि आपके fundamental rights जो है वो infringe ना हो किसी भी case में, right? So that's why when we are talking about these things, so you see the significance is they serve as a reminder to the citizens कि ठीक है आपके पास हमने rights तो दिए हैं, but you should be aware that you also have a role to give back to your society or give back to your country. So those are your fundamental duties which are expected from you to be performed, right? So they should also be conscious of duties they owe to their country, their society, and to their fellow citizens. Because I told you that in preamble we talk about fraternity, right? So we have to think about our fellow citizens also. सिर्फ अपने बारे में सोचने से नहीं होगा. इनफैक्ट अगर आप फंडामेंटल राइट्स देखते हो, सो फंडामेंटल राइट्स के बारे में मैंने आप लोगों को एक चीज बताई थी, दैट फंडामेंटल राइट्स आर नॉट एब्सोल्यूट इन नेचर, बट दे आर क्वालिफाइड. ठीक है, ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट टर्म है, इस पे ध्यान रखिएगा। सो क्वालिफाइड है बट नॉट एब्सोल्यूट, ठीक है। सो व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय क्वालिफाइड? क्वालिफाइड मींस ओके देयर, ओके आपको फंडामेंटल राइट हमने दे दिए हैं, ठीक है, एंड वी गारंटी दोज राइट्स, बट दोज आर नॉट अनलिमिटेड पावर्स, ठीक है। ऐसा नहीं है कि आप कुछ भी बोलोगे। जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल लेट्स टेक द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ आर्टिकल 19 ले लेते हैं, ठीक है, फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच एंड एक्सप्रेशन, जो कि आजकल इतना न्यूज में रहता है। तो फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच एंड एक्सप्रेशन आर्टिकल 19 को ही अगर आप ले लो, तो ऐसा थोड़ी है कि आप कुछ भी बोलोगे। आई टोल्ड यू दैट देयर आर 8 ग्राउंड्स, है ना, जो आपके आर्टिकल 19 के ही क्लॉज 2 में दे रखा है। क्लॉज 1 के पार्ट में तो आपके जो 6 मीन्स फ्रीडम है वो दे रखे हैं, लेकिन व्हेन यू गो टू 19 का क्लॉज 2, ठीक है, वहां पे आपको ग्राउंड्स दे रखे हैं, 8 ग्राउंड्स, कि इन ग्राउंड्स पे जो है आप मीन्स यू कैन नॉट यू नो योर फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच एंड एक्सप्रेशन एक्चुअली गेट्स हैम्पर्ड, ठीक है। वो जैसे कि सॉवरेनिटी एंड इंटीग्रिटी ऑफ द नेशन मैंने आपको बताया था, है ना, या पब्लिक डिसेंसी है, ठीक है, ऐसे टाइप की जो प्रोविजंस हैं, ऐसे 8 ग्राउंड्स दे रखे हैं, वहां पे आपका रेस्ट्रिक्शन हो जाता है। अब इसका मतलब क्या है? इसका मतलब ये है आपकी राइट तब तक राइट है जब तक कि वो किसी सेकेंड पर्सन के राइट को इन्फ्रिंज नहीं कर रही है। समझ में आया? सो यू आर थिंकिंग अगेन अबाउट योर फेलो सिटीजन्स। आप सिर्फ अपने बारे में नहीं सोचेंगे, आप अपने फेलो सिटीजन्स के बारे में भी सोचेंगे। Now coming back to this, they serve as a warning against anti-national and anti-social activities. मैंने आपको बताया था कि fundamental duties not are basically they are moral by nature, but इसमें कुछ civic duties भी हैं, है ना। जैसे कि अभी मैं फिर से दिखा देती हूँ। आई टोल्ड यू कि जैसे आप पब्लिक प्रॉपर्टी वगैरह को डैमेज नहीं करेंगे, यू हैव टू एब्जॉर वायलेंस, ठीक है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल देखिए, टू सेफगार्ड पब्लिक प्रॉपर्टी एंड टू एब्जॉर वायलेंस, ठीक है। इसके अलावा देखो आपसे कुछ ऐसे टाइप की चीजें, एंटी नेशनल का मतलब देखो यहाँ पे वो वाले भी प्रोविजंस जो आपको दिए गए हैं कि यू हैव टू अपहोल्ड एंड प्रोटेक्ट द सॉवरेनिटी, यूनिटी एंड इंटीग्रिटी ऑफ इंडिया, देन टू डिफेंड द कंट्री, है ना, एंड रेंडर नेशनल सर्विस व्हेन कॉल्ड अपॉन टू डू सो। इसके अलावा जब अगर आप इसकी बात करते हो, नेशनल फ्लैग, नेशनल एंथम, ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के आइडियल्स को चेरिश करना, उसको रेस्पेक्ट करना, अगेन यू आर एम्फसाइजिंग कि आपको पेट्रियोटिज्म और मतलब ये